This week on Pitt Beyond the Script.
I think to start off, Rob, I think our kids were focused, and I think that's the hardest thing to do is get them all revved up to play a UMass.
I want to be better than I was last year, and I want to be better than I was 2 years ago.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
So that's kind of the legacy I want to leave here. Just a guy who always did it right, a guy that a lot of these guys followed and went into battle with.
All this and more on this edition of Pitt Beyond the Script.
Recognize these colors we're wearing. Understand, this is what Pittsburgh's built on. Everybody in this city understands, if you're from Pittsburgh, you know what those colors mean. Championships, football, baseball, legends, all right? Legends.
Send it in, Jerome!
A diving catch for a touchdown!
We are locked in, okay, together. There's gonna be ups and downs. We must play together. Focus and discipline, okay? Don't forget the discipline.
Yeah, baby! What a win! Yeah, baby! Hail to Pitt!
We understand what that means. That's for Pittsburgh.
Valentin Noel just can't stop scoring.
Let's go, bring it in. 1, 2, 3, win!
Hello again, everybody, from Heinz Field, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's time for college football.
It is here. We're finally ready to go. 2021. We're gonna find out what you got. Okay? This is your season.
You lit all day.
Let's go!
It's girl time, baby!
Awaiting the snap, gets it, hands it off, and in all the gaps are the blue shirts and nowhere to run.
Wants to throw, and whoa! Look out!
Oh, and a blast from Phil Campbell to third.
All season, that's what I'm coming. All season.
Pickett gonna keep it. That's Kenny inside the 10, flipped over at the 5. It's first and goal.
Pickett in the gun. Nope, he's gonna fake it. Dump it in the flat. There is Lucas Kroll for the touchdown. Scored from 5 yards out. Stays in the gun, screen left. Here goes Jordan Addison, the touchdown from 12 yards out.
It was easy. A great block outside by Jalen Barden, who had the big catch on this drive. An even better block.
3-3.
And sacked. What a job to fly in there. Kalijah Cansey. Panther offense has regained some continuity. A nifty, shifty run for Rodney Hammond, the freshman out of Norfolk.
A great throw by Kenny Pickett up the seam to Jordan Addison, one of the best slot receivers in the ACC.
Now a little handoff. Oh, bursting through to the 15 to 10 to 5 touchdown. That is A.J. Davis, and it parted like the Red Sea. Now the ball came loose.
And scooped up by Eric Hallett.
Agent Zero reporting for duty, baby.
That is 4 TDs in the last 5 possessions for the Panthers.
And there's the final score. The Panthers win the opener 51-7.
We're more prepared. You're well coached. You're in shape. We're fast. We're physical, and we're ready to go.
Lytle in the gun again, looking left. He'll be sacked. Here's Pickett. Fakes the handoff, dumps it. Lucas Kroll, touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Hello and welcome to Pitt Beyond the Script alongside head coach Pat Narduzzi of the football team. I am Rob King of AT&T Sportsnet. Coach, congratulations on your first win. Just an overview, how you felt the team performed.
I think to start off, Rob, I think our kids were focused, and I think that's the hardest thing to do is get them all revved up to play a UMass, a team that we've got to play up against and not play down. So our kids were focused. They played hard. I thought we played 3 good quarters of football. Fourth quarter was a little sloppy, I thought, but that kind of goes with the game.
Second down snap. He's going to go for the ball down the middle. Addison juggled it, held on at the UMass 40.
We talked last week about just getting ready, how the process is a little bit different, working through all the COVID things, but a little more open this year than it was a year ago as far as practices. And the fans down at the stadium, what was that like, having a little more atmosphere down there?
It was good. I thought our fans were really loud. I think we had 41,000 people there, and it was loud. And if we get that Panther pit to stay for the fourth quarter, I'd love that too.
And thank goodness Kenny Pickett decided to come back and be the quarterback, because he's the guy that can pull the trigger and make things go for this offense, which I think this year can score a lot of points.
Kenny Pickett, in charge of the offense, felt like he was just, again, in charge.
No doubt about it. Kenny had a nice ball game. He missed a couple, like all quarterbacks are going to do. You did it back in the day.
Many more than Kenny did.
But he missed a couple. We had a couple unforced errors on offense that hurt a 22-yard game for Jordan Addison because we didn't get lined up fast enough. But overall, Kenny did a great job, and he's only going to get better.
Pickett, here's a quick throw. Addison got a nice block, and he'll score.
A lot of different weapons, and he spread the ball around quite a bit.
He sure did, and I'll throw this at you. We saw totally different coverage in front than we prepared for all week. So there was that adjustment that you didn't know. We assumed they might do some different stuff, but you put your, probably 75 to 80% of your time into what they're going to get, and then, you have to adjust on the sideline.
How'd you feel about the running game?
I felt good about the running game. We had to adjust some blocking schemes based on what they were doing.
Right.
Kind of hurt us on that 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1 down in the red zone. But but besides that, our coach did a great job. Coach Borbley and Coach Sim did a good job of adjusting some of the blocking, what we were doing with the tight ends and the O-line.
So they're going to hand it to Davis. He'll fire through the right side, and he will score the Pittsburgh touchdown.
Yeah, I think a lot of people talking about maybe balance. Is that, you feel like you had a good balance offensively?
Yeah, we did. I didn't look at the total runs and passes because it's all based on what they're doing to you. But they played a lot more zone coverage than they had in the past, and it's something we had to adjust to.
Defensively, UMass couldn't really run the ball and couldn't really throw the ball against you.
That's a good thing. Okay, the main thing, as I say every week, is stopping the run, and we did stop the run. I think we gave up one big run and maybe a 20-yarder down, across the 50 where, we had a defensive end run up the field trying to get a sack. But you got to read your keys.
Lytle looking, sacked. Phil Campbell.
Now, speaking of sacks, you got 5 more of them. We talked again about this, that the fact that you've been able to sort of reload along that defensive line. I mean, losing guys to the NFL, year after year, and plugging new guys in and being able to get, 5 sacks and be effective with that pass rush.
Yeah, and our defensive ends, they have to be better, and they will get better. But a lot of those sacks came from our linebackers. John Patrician had 2, and,
right.
And Wendell Davis had 1, and I know Phil Campbell had a good one. We'd like to turn some of those into some strip sacks as well.
Zone, here is Lytle from the 25, and he'll be sacked. Patrician got him. The transfer from Penn State, 4th sack by the Panthers today.
Now, when you talk about the amount of guys that played, it was 11 guys had receptions, 8 different guys ran the ball. Is that a good thing early on in the season? First of all, for the kids, because, look, they've been hitting each other just like the starters, but a chance to get some game action, because you never know when some of these guys might get called upon.
Yeah, I mean, you're at Heinz Field, and you want to find out, what they have and what they're going to do when the lights go on at Heinz. And it was good to get carries and different guys catching the ball, so it was good. It was good to get our tight ends involved in the pass game as well.
Pitt is 1-0, looking to go to 2-0 against Tennessee. We're going to talk about that a little bit later on. Up next, one-on-one with Kenny Pickett when we resume on Pitt Beyond the Script.
Smart, we have to have poise.
Last year was unique.
It was odd not hearing the fans in the stands.
I can't wait for this year to start. Let's return to Heinz.
The band.
The crowd.
The hits. The big hits.
College game day.
The scrambles, the big catches,
The sacks.
The celebrations.
one more dive to the pylon.
Touchdown for the Panthers. Noel just can't stop scoring.
With authority.
Oh, are you kidding me? Oh my God.
Kate McKay at the back post.
An absolute bomb from David Yanni.
This defensive line is stacked.
The Panthers are heading to the regional finals.
And thank goodness Kenny Pickett decided to come back and be the quarterback, because he's the guy that can pull the trigger and make things go for this offense, which I think this year can score a lot of points. Pickett wants to throw it. Throws it long down the field. There's a man wide open. Look out. That is Jordan Addison behind the whole secondary. A 75-yard touchdown pass from Kenny Pickett to Jordan Addison.
I sat down with my family and a lot of other people and got, the most information, that I possibly could get to make a, accurate decision on what I wanted to do, with my future. And at the end of the day, I wanted to come back and improve my draft stock and then chase a championship with this team. I think there's a lot of talent, so it was an easy draw for me to come back to Pitt.
Here's Pickett, take the handoff, dumps it, Lucas Kroll, touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Yeah, the fans can expect just a team that's going to go out there and give it the raw every Saturday. I think, this is the tightest team that I've been on at Pitt in my career. And, we're going to go out there and give it everything we got for each other and for the coaches and for the university. So they're going to get a team that, goes out there and plays hard every down.
Offensive captain Kenny Pickett.
For the guys who didn't get captain, or if you don't get it, I don't know who's next, but you don't need to stay on your chest to be a leader. So everyone can step up. Like Coach said, we need the whole team, so appreciate you guys. Yeah, Coach Narduzzi has, been by my side since I got here, and he had, so much confidence in me, and it never wavered throughout my entire career. He's like family to me, and, he's a real easy guy to go out there and give it everything you got. So, I can't be, more thankful to have a head coach like him throughout my career.
Throws the pass, back shoulder fade, and it's pulled in. Touchdown! What a play! Pickett on the back shoulder fade to Maurice French.
I handle my business like a pro because I, listen to my coaches. I watched what to do and what not to do from players here, and I kind of just took it all in as a true freshman. It just helped me evolve every single year. But Coach Narduzzi, taught me how to be a pro along with Coach Whipple. So, I'm really appreciative for those two guys.
Takes the handoff. He's going to run for the first down. He's dive for the pylon, and the Panthers score a touchdown.
In terms of legacy, I think, for fans, that legacy, they look at, numbers and records and, a lot of things I accomplished on the field, and that's obviously great, and I take a lot of pride in that I've, come here and accomplished a lot of things, and I still have a lot of things to go for this season. But really, I just want to, my teammates to look at me and emulate what I did, when I'm gone. I think that's something that's very special, to leave your mark on a team and to have your guys that are under you, follow your footsteps and do things because that's the way you did it. So that's kind of the legacy I want to leave here. Just a guy who always did it right, a guy that a lot of these guys followed and went into battle with.
He gets to the goal line for the Panthers touchdown, and that was his first rushing touchdown.
I said this in my senior speech, but the number one thing I think I'll take away from this program and the university is just the value of true friendship and the relationships that I've built throughout my career here. They'll carry on, long past my playing days here. And, I'm just blessed and grateful for all the great people that I've met, along this journey. The ultimate goal is a championship. It's something we've been chasing here my entire career, and that Coach Duzzi, has been preaching. So it's what we're all focused on, and that's what we're going to go for every Saturday.
Guys, I want to introduce you to Chris Bickle. Talked the other night about him. He's given the largest gift, okay, in Pitt athletic history, okay? He is a friend of the football program, this staff. He loves football.
Yeah, we just want to thank you. 20 is a pretty special number, right?
Oh my God, that's awesome. Dude, thank you.
We're incredibly grateful to Chris Bickle for this transformative gift. This is about relationships and belief. And the relationship that Chris has with Coach Narduzzi and our football team and our athletic department staff is extraordinary.
I love Pitt. Pitt's a great place. It changed my life. I wouldn't be the man I am in my personal life or business without the experiences I had at the University of Pittsburgh.
To be a part of this football team that he believes so strongly in and how it has kept him connected to Pitt and the city of Pittsburgh is exceptional. So we're incredibly grateful. Thank you, Chris.
So the goal is to make this floor team entertaining, sassy, snazzy, flirty. So in your expression, in every little detail, you want to be fun, you want to be funky, right, and energetic. You have to be comfortable, you have to be confident so that it can be the best product it can be. Roll. 1, 2, 3, and boom, boom. Come up, done, bump, bump. When you do the chasse, you want to go down and then up into your leap. Again, the weirder and funkier you are, the better it's gonna look. We're in postseason and we're competing, and it's an arena full of 7,000 people. The person all the way up in the nosebleed should be able to see everything perfectly clear. So that is who you have to be performing for.
We gotta be smart. We have to have poise. What? 1, 2, 3,
Last year was unique.
It was odd not hearing the fans in the stands.
I can't wait for this year to start.
Let's return to Hines.
The band,
The crowd.
the hits, the big hits.
College game day.
The scrambles.
The big catches.
The sacks.
The celebrations.
One more dive to the pylon.
Touchdown for the Panthers. Valentin Noel just can't stop scoring.
With authority.
Oh, are you kidding me? Oh my God.
Kate McKay at the back post. An absolute bomb from David Yanni.
This defensive line is stacked.
The Panthers are heading to the regional finals.
We played two really tough teams, and we knew how good Baylor would be, and we knew it would be a close match, and felt really good about the win and how we came back, and so showed a lot of fight.
It was a dogfight just about every single point of every single set. Both Baylor and Tennessee really pushed us. They were aggressive. They dug us, they really scrapped, and I thought we did a great job fighting to the end.
We're a little too passive for me on some of the dying inside balls.
When we found ourselves in the fifth set and in the third, in a really tight third set, we had a lot of poise, and there were 2 huge wins for our program.
We have a lot to work on and a lot to get better at, and I think at some points of the matches, we were exposed in some of our weaknesses, so definitely coming in this week, we have a lot to prove as well.
So for Kayla to get the National Player of the Week was a huge honor for our program. It's never happened before. I thought when I saw the numbers at the end of the weekend that she had a chance. She hit well over 300, 4 kills a set, and passed well against 2 of the best teams in the country. And so it was a big honor, but well deserved.
Amanda West with the goal, and Pitt's all-time leading goal scorer strikes again.
I knew at the end of last season that I only needed 1 more goal to claim it, but I had completely forgotten about it. So when I scored, I was completely unaware that was the record-breaking goal until after the game when I saw on Twitter and Instagram and stuff, and I was reminded of it. It was an amazing feeling just to be recognized in the record books at Pitt, and I was just happy, but we got the win, which is more important. That's what we came to do.
Chance to shoot here. Cut back to her left, got there and scored! Amanda West!
What's been working for us is, in the past, we didn't have the depth and the players maybe to do what we needed to do and get things done, but now we certainly do, and we have so much talent. Girls are just connecting and the play is flowing and we're doing really well, so I'm proud of what we've been able to do so far. And it really helps, in training, everything is competitive, everything is intense. What's motivating me is my past self. I want to be better than I was last year, and I want to be better than I was 2 years ago.
Golden opportunity, and West takes advantage. Who else?
The fans can expect to see something else other than that they've ever seen before here. It's a brand new team, and coming out and watching us play gives us lots of confidence that the fans are behind us, and we want to succeed. The goal has always been postseason, making the NCAA tournament, and I think for the past 2 years we've been knocking on the door. We want to bring a championship to Pitt. I think that this year is the year that it's going to happen for us.
Holder, Christodoulou, the snapper, Adamitis. That kick is on its way up and good.
Cal is the youngest of 3 brothers, very close in age. Just loved being in the mix, always just a very determined little guy. He played t-ball at 3, he played ice hockey at 3. Cal's positions in football, believe it or not, at 8 years old, he was the quarterback. He still has quite a good arm. Check that out, Coach Deuce. He went to Pittsburgh Central Catholic, so you had to kind of wait your turn, but he was so anxious to get on the field, he thought, hey, let me try this long snapping thing.
Cal Adamitis, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, freshman.
Starting as a walk-on, then being offered a scholarship and playing in what now will be 50-plus games, a record that might not be broken. It's really an amazing road he's traveled at Pitt. Who can ever forget the game where Cal's helmet got knocked off, but he didn't quit the play?
Cal Adamitis.
That's one of my favorite moments. I absolutely love to see Callan go and show everyone that he is not just a long snapper, he's a football player, and love watching him go down and make tackles. I'm Catherine Adamitis. I'm a proud Pitt football mom.
Bevel handing to Carter, tries to find a seam at the left, and Carter scores.
Welcome back to Pitt Beyond the Script. And Coach, we're going to look forward now to this game against Tennessee. New coach and Josh Heupel. How hard is that to prepare for a new coach? You do have one game under your belt. They're 1-0. But is it hard to not have a lot of history and try to scout a team?
There is, but we've got 2 UCF games, so we've got 2 games on Coach Heupel and his offense, and Alex Golish is the offense coordinator, but we know Josh has got a lot to do with what they do on offense. And there's a lot of carryover from what they did at UCF to what they're doing there. Just SEC players is the only difference.
The influx of offense throughout the SEC is why Josh Heupel is here.
Outside of 100,000 fans at Neyland Stadium, logistically, we've talked about a little about how things are a little bit different this year from last year. Are things going to be different? Traveling, or is it going to mostly be when you get inside the stadium that things will be different?
Yeah, I mean, things will be different. Obviously we're going to have to deal with the crowd and deal with the noise, especially on offense when our offense is on the field. So we've got to deal with the noise issues, which we didn't have to really deal with a year ago.
What a sight to behold! Fans back in the stands, unbridled enthusiasm for this sport we all love.
Joe Milton is the quarterback, and he started some games for Michigan, started this first game for Tennessee. Again, we talked about this with UMass last week, transfers, trying to find tape to look at guys. Will you look mostly at this Tennessee video? Do you go back and look at what he did at Michigan?
We've watched what he did at Michigan back in the summer. We had a pretty good idea he was going to be the guy, even though he didn't have spring ball. So he's obviously a smart guy, from everything we know. He's athletic, he's big, he will look the part out there on the field, and he's a guy that can run the ball, so we've got to be able to tackle him.
Spread him thin again, and Milton with the shove down and a walk-in.
They want to be up-tempo, but they like to run the ball a lot. They a pair of 100-yard rushers. They didn't run the ball that well in the first half, but in the second half kind of ground down their opponent in week 1 and were able to get 200-yard rushers.
Yeah, I mean, they like to run the ball. They like to spread you out and run it. They've always liked to do that. We've got to be able to stop the run more than anything, and then we've got to stop all his passes. He's got a rocket arm. He can throw it anywhere on the field.
Going deep, taking a couple of shots in the end zone, and this one's hauled in. Tennessee touchdown.
When you look at going down to Knoxville, don't know for sure what the weather's going to be like. You never know, but could
84 degrees and sunny.
Okay, could be hot, and they're going to play that up tempo. Does that mean more guys might play? Is it good that you had maybe a chance to get some additional personnel out in week 1?
It is good, but they're going to try to prevent you from subbing on defense with their tempo. They don't sub very much. They've subbed more when they were at UCF than they do at Tennessee. So, but if they don't sub, then we don't sub. They'll be tired just like we will be.
What do you do defensively against their defense? What did you see from them, and how can you maybe try to attack them?
They're 4 down for everything we see on tape, and again, Tim Banks is the defensive coordinator who came from Penn State, so we've got a lot of Penn State tape you're watching, what he did when he was there, and how he's going to defend our passing game. They play a lot of man free, so I think we'll have a pretty good idea there, and I'm sure they'll switch it up with some zones.
Game up front to get him. Big time sack by Tyler Barron.
Great tie-in too with Coach Majors, obviously coached at Tennessee and coached here at Pitt as well.
Yeah, no doubt about it. The Johnny Majors Classic is going to be a fun one to play in, and it's a tribute to him. And I think our kids will be excited about Johnny Majors.
Great challenge coming up on Saturday. Good luck, Coach.
Thanks. Appreciate it, Rob.
All right, and thanks to you for watching this edition of Pitt Beyond the Script.